Hey all, how you doing? Uh, Today's the 10th of January. Went to the surgeon's office today for the back and got a copy of got a disc, got a copy of all the images that they've taken, the two pictures from today, the same two angles from 2 weeks after surgery. So right now it's 8 weeks post surgery, and they even threw some stuff in from the operating room, but I don't know what I'm looking at. These are kind of small images. I'm going to see if I can turn you around and get you a look at the hardware department here. But these images here, this is coming straight in the front. So I'm looking right at the camera, This is I'm looking off to the right of the camera, and so I think this one here is 2 weeks after, and then this one here is today. So I don't know if you can see that or not. We're gonna have to check out the video for you, but let me blow them up and see what's going on. There you go. There's the what he calls a spacer, this thing here. It is wire rod. Talking to the surgeon today, I said, you were talking about minimally invasive surgery before you knocked me out. Little cuts, working through a tube, and I wake up and it felt like a backhoe had tore into me. And he says, listen, he goes, I don't know how strong your stomach is. I said, listen, lay it on me, doc. So he went through and told me how they had to dissect my muscle, then move it out of the way. They did a bunch of work through a tube, through the muscle. But to put the hardware in, the muscle needed to be dissected, had to be cut and removed, pulled over. And he said, this bad boy here, he literally hammered that thing into place after he took the disc that was there out, because it was shot. But these screws are 42 millimeters long. They go right into each of my vertebrae on the left side of my vertebrae. So I'm looking straight at the camera here. So this is my left, this is my right. They're coming straight at you. I'll see if I can get that up for you. And then there's these I don't know what you call it, these anchors on the end of the screw where the rod goes through and gets locked into place and keeps everything. This is keeping things from moving up and down, and then this is going to keep it from moving side to side. Let me see if I can get you another picture here. I don't know if it'll let me blow it up any bigger than that. It says, there we go. No, I guess not. Let's see what we got going here. Let's go back. It said full screen, didn't it? I guess it's as big as it gets, full screen. But if you look real close, this is the 2 weeks after surgery. You can see the staples are still in my skin in the back. Staples running all down there. So that's pretty cool, eh? But this is looking straight at you. Wow, just crazy. How long and deep and things go into you, man. Like I said, the first time I saw this, I about puked. It's obviously a lot bigger at the doctor's office, so it's a lot easier to see and get an idea of what's going on. It's almost full size, so you really get an idea how long those screws are, man. It's gnarly. But he said I'm doing really good. I'm ahead of schedule, actually, for being 8 weeks post-op. I told him I've been over at the gym and exercising, and I've been rotating, which he told me no bending, no lifting, no twisting. And I've been slowly, with the weights on the cable on the machine, doing this torso rotation thing and doing it in both directions, trying to get the core, strong, because you strengthen the core, you strengthen the back. So So there's some things we need to do at home. He wanted to send me off to physical therapy, and I told him I'd rather try to do it myself at home. Same way I did with the shoulder. The first time around with my back injury, the old back injury, I went to physical therapy because I was still punching a clock in a shop back then, and their insurance, if I didn't complete the physical therapy, they wouldn't let me come back to work. I don't have that issue now, and I'm just going to do the physical therapy myself. I still have a good memory of a lot of those exercises. You lay on the floor on your stomach, face down on the floor and lift your feet off the ground and lift your arms off the ground. They call it Superman, and it tightens your core. You lay on do the same thing, lay on your stomach, hands and feet on the floor, lift your left arm and your right leg, and then right arm, left leg, and you hold it for like a 10 count or as long as you can. And it starts building up this core. You lay on your back and straight out, and while you're laying on your back with your arms next to your side, you bring your heels up, you bend your knees, bring your heels straight up to your butt, and then you bring your legs, you open your legs up so they're straight up in the air, and then you bring them down real slow, and that tears up the stomach muscles, man. It really lights you up. Those are all things that they gave me to do to help my back. So we'll end up doing some of that stuff there here at home, along with continuing what we're doing. I'm walking 2.5 miles, 2.5 to 3 miles on the treadmill. It takes an hour. I do an hour program. Every 5 minutes, I jack it up to the next level, to the next level. I go up 8 levels, man. That thing is like this. And I'm just pumping away 140 beats per minute. I leave it on 8 for 10 minutes, and then I start coming back down the last 10 minutes of the workout. So, and I'm sweating. It's good. It's good work. I'm doing the rotation every other day. I don't do it every day because I get sore. And he says, I don't want you to hurt yourself. So things are looking good. Just got to keep doing what we're doing and not overdoing it. He said up until this point, I shouldn't have been lifting anything more than like 8 or 10 pounds. Now I'm up to 15. 6 weeks from now, I go see him again, and he'll bump it up to 20, 25. So still easy with the weights, but I'm allowed to bend no more than 90 degrees at the waist. I'm allowed to do the rotation, but no quick movements, of snap rotation, and just try to keep the weight, anything you're gonna bend over and pick up off the ground and lift, under 15 pounds. So no more than 2 gallons of milk or whatever at a time, right? But that's it. There's the hardware department of RPM right there. I don't know what this camera's doing. If this didn't turn out well, I'm just going to get the good camera out and show it to y'all. That's can I scroll right in? No, I can't. Let's go full. There we go. That's it right there. He said he put bone, whatever, I forget the word he used, in that spacer there. So it'll fuse together here, these two, but nothing out here. So these won't get bone covered here, but all this will. So if I was a karate instructor, I'd be in trouble. I'd lose a whole bunch of, gonna lose a whole bunch of range of motion. And I may end up, degenerating this one and this one and this one and this one later on as things go. And he couldn't guarantee me that this side, my right side, wasn't going to need something later. And I told him in the pre-op, when he said he was going to take a look, he said, "You don't have any pain? You sure you have no pain down your right leg?" I said, "No." But I told him, I said, "I'll take a look once I get in there and decide whether we're going to do both sides." And I told him, "Do the twofer, man, because I'm not coming back to do this again." Well, at least if they have to do that, they won't have to pound anything in, right? It'll just be maybe cutting you open and putting some screws and rods in there. Man, that's not good. But that's it. Health report, RPM report. The shoulder's great. Year later, man, the shoulder, all the rehab for the shoulder went well. of course, I think we're going to be fine with the back too. Got to get it in shape so we can get, hopefully we get in the go-kart and laying down and vibrating away in the seat isn't going to cause any issue. Because I can feel that metal in there, man. I can feel it. It's weird. I asked the doc, I said, do you have any screws or plates in you? He said, no, I don't. So I can't really, sympathize with what you're feeling and tell you I know what you mean. He says, what does it feel like? Does it hurt? And I said, well, it's not really hurt. It's more like this nagging, tired feeling, almost like, and I've never had a broken bone, a broken leg or arm or anything like that, So I imagine if you had broke your leg 8 weeks out to having your cast taken off, the pain I feel is the same pain you'd feel in an 8 week, resetting of a broken leg when you're up on it too long. Sitting here, I feel fine right now. I mean, I have to tell you, sitting right here, I could never imagine that anything had ever happened. But give me 2 minutes up walking around, and you can feel it. So that's it. That's it. Godspeed. God bless. The prayers are working. Thanks, folks. You're fixing me right up, and they're right back at you. Appreciate it. You never know. Come April, we'll be tearing around a racetrack with the RPM hardware department. Large and in charge. Check it out. Talk to y'all. Love you.